Well, howdy, 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 everybody. Teresa here and
Backache Brad.
Backache Buzzing Brad. Because we got the TENS unit on him. I had started a video earlier, but he got up and I could tell he was just in a lot of pain. He had already gone to lay down once. So we put the TENS unit on his back. Got him all wired up. Got him sitting there eating some cantaloupe. Right, hon?
Therapy.
Yep.
Good cantaloupe.
Yeah, he said it was really good cantaloupe. So it is May 20th, 2016, Friday afternoon now. It is 12:07 p.m. It is an overcast, rainy day. We woke up, it was raining in buckets. It was raining more than cats and dogs. It was raining the whole farm. You know, but we enjoyed it. It was really cool looking out over the bay, and it was kind of foggy, and it was raining, and I'd never seen anything like that before, so that was really neat. Oh, I just was realizing that I didn't have my Fitbit on because I was doing dishes, so I left it over there, hon.
You want me to toss it to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the nice thing about living in a smaller space. You know, you can just toss stuff from the kitchen to the front room. You know. So the weather today, let me bring my phone back up. Thank you, honey. It is 80 degrees right now. Real feel is 69. High is 84. Low will be 71. It is going to rain pretty much all day, off and on. The nice thing about where we live is it's all sand, of course. You know, the closer you get to the ocean, the sandier it is. And so the water just drains right off. You don't get the mud. You know, you don't get the mud at all. So that's really nice. I enjoy that. Like I said, Brad, yesterday after I got done talking to you guys, we both took naps, and then Brad made pizza last night. What we do is we get a loaf of French bread. You know, you cut it down the middle and cut it in half, and then Brad makes his own pizza sauce, and you know, whatever we decide we're gonna have on it. Last night he cooked up some sausage, and then he had some pepperoni and you know, cheese and stuff. It was very good. We really are loving the toaster oven. I'll talk more about the toaster oven here in a bit. And then we did normal chores, you know, daily chores you have to do. Letting the dogs out, bringing the dogs in. I gave CJ a bath. I needed to do the cat litter box yesterday. So while I was doing that, I decided to take everything out of the shower, put her in it, gave her a bath. I'm not going to do that in here again because, you know, we had to wait for the pitcher to fill up so I could, you know, get her wet and rinse her off. Well, she associated, since I wasn't shampooing her and since I wasn't spraying her down, that she must be done. Because she never fights me in the bathtub. She wasn't fighting me, she was trying to get out. So, so next time I'll just do it outside. But yeah, I gave her a bath on her hindquarters, half of her, because, yeah, she just really needed it. And then we just did the normal night of, Brad watched a movie. He messed on his tablet for a bit, and, he watched a movie, and I watched some YouTube videos and some Netflix, and I was looming. I'm, still working on that one hat, for my friend, and, so now I'm done with the brim, and now I'm starting into the popcorn station. Now this is an even lighter hat. This is even a lighter hat, so you know this will be nice and airy for the summer, you know, stuff. So yeah, making that. I might make one like this for myself when I get done because it is just so very light, you know. So I'll finish that up today, and then I get to play with the new loom that my friend Dee had gifted me, and I can hardly wait. Like I told you guys, it's just raining, so we're just kind of hanging out. We both feel very tired. We both had really rough nights being able to sleep. Mine was, I was hot flashing so bad. These hot flashes about drive me nuts. You know what, honey? No, seriously, I've been really good. I haven't been complaining about it or anything, but they are keeping me up. I mean, it feels just like someone is blasting me from a furnace, you know, all of a sudden. And I mean, like, traditionally, you know, everything I've read, they're worse at night and stuff. I'm already taking the black cohosh twice a day like I'm supposed to, in the morning and at night. So if anybody else has any other suggestions, please comment below and let me know. You know, if there's something I can do to lessen them, you know. I know everybody goes through it, you know, but it makes it kind of miserable when night after night you're just hot flashing like a mofo. I mean, Brad's getting used to now. He might be sitting here talking to me, and yeah, all the blinds are down, and all of a sudden I'm ripping off my shirt. I don't say anything, I'm just taking off my shirt, you know.
I'm not complaining.
Yeah, so, besides that, we're just relaxing, and like we're gonna watch some movies, do some looming. There's a couple of things we've noticed living here in Florida too, is that the fruit seems to be much fresher and much sweeter. My husband, and yes, he limits he limits how much fruit he eats because being diabetic. And I know the softer fruits have more sugar, but you know, like I said, he limits. But you know, we bought a pineapple and it was very, very good. Now the yellow honeydew melon didn't really have much taste, he said. And I don't like pineapple, and I don't care for honeydew. Once in a while I'll eat some cantaloupe, but I'm not real fond of it either. I just cut up a cantaloupe for him, and he said that's very good. We had bought some strawberries, and those were, I didn't know they came that nice and sweet. We're used to them still being kind of green on the end, and being sour. So, you know. But we do really enjoy that. One of the things, though, if anybody has lived in the Panhandle area of Florida, particularly Tallahassee and below, where are the farmers markets? Where are the good ones? I know Tallahassee is supposed to have a farmers market, you know, every Saturday. But are there any, you know, and I know there's supposed to be kind of like one in Meadart, but anywhere else, because we're really having a hard time. And through two of the produce stands we have stopped at, and the first one, the guy told me, lied right to my face and told me that these grow locally grown by him. You know, he's the one that gave me this, told me about the strawberries weren't in season right now and everything. We get home, and the avocados I bought had the produce sticker on them. Really? But those tomatoes were better than, we stopped Monday at another produce stand, and she told us that, you know, she didn't say that she was growing them all, but, you know, she gets them from around Florida and neighboring states. She was very honest, but they were tasteless. I mean, they were not fresh off the vine tasting tomatoes. Now, I know my tomatoes. I'm a tomato girl. I love me some tomatoes. I mean, I'll grab a tomato up like you would an apple. You know, and I had one last night, and it was tasteless. I mean, I don't think that was fresh off the vine, because it sure didn't taste like that. So, you know, if we can find some produce stands that, you know, are good, maybe we're between seasons, that would be great. One of the things I wanted to talk about is a friend and I were talking about having been through. We're both on our second marriages, and our first marriages were very abusive. You know, verbally, mentally, emotionally, and physically. And I think people forget that once you've been through something like that, and maybe you were the guy in the relationship that went through the abuse, it makes you a lot stronger person, and it makes you where you don't put up with near as much stuff from people. You know. And some people may misjudge you because you know, you're being nice and everything, that you know, that you would be able to be walked all over, and that's not the case at all. You know, we'll put up with stuff to a point, but then, you know, we will fight and we will defend, you know. And I mean, my husband now, and that's why we've been married forever, it never been abusive. In fact, the man's never called me a bad name. He'd never yelled at me.
I called you a poopy head before.
Yeah, and there's plenty of times that he had every right to call me bad names and to yell at me, but he never has. But you know, once you go through something like that, where you are so beat down, it changes you. And yes, my first husband was very abusive, and I don't care what little stories he wants to tell anybody, because it's all a bunch of horse shit. And that's all I'm going to say about that. But, you know, because I'm not going to play, you know, whatever little fairy tale he wants to tell, just go right on ahead. I know what happened, and God knows what happened, so whatever. But it changes you, where you become a lot stronger. Now, when my husband met me, I was very mousy still, because I was still recovering. Wasn't I, honey?
Yes, you were.
And, you know, and too, when you have somebody backing you up and building you up and helping you, you become stronger and stronger, you know. And, you know, and then I got to a point where, you know, I got so confident that I didn't think before I talked, and I would just kind of shoot straight from the hip. And I still have a tendency to, I still shoot straight from the hip, but I do pick and choose now that I've gotten older and stuff, when I should say something and when I should just not say anything, you know. So, but yeah, you know, especially if somebody's messing with your family or any loved one, you're really going to get your back up, and it's like, oh no, you won't, you know. Once you survive, especially if you have small children or whatever, and you get out of an abusive relationship, and that is just terrifying. You know, and that person has you convinced that you're worthless, you're ugly, you're no good, nobody else would ever want you, and they isolate you, where you have no friends, they don't want your family around, and you feel trapped. And, you know, unless you've been there, you don't understand the feeling, you know. But like I said, it does change you. It makes you a stronger person, you know. And you also then, like I said, everything in life is either a lesson or a blessing, and it shows you that when you're in a good, healthy relationship, that you know you are. And if you see the signs of abuse starting again, you know that it's time to get out, because you know that no matter what you do, you can't make that person happy. You know, they have to do it, and if they're going to be abusive to you, you need to get out, you know. Right, honey?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yes,
he's not saying much because he's in a lot of pain. This is one of those days that's really hard when you're watching your spouse be in so much pain, you know. And he usually handles it really, really well. One of the things that we both have been doing, because we both have been kind of, when we first got here, kind of like, oh, it's vacation time. So we kind of both slacked off on taking care of ourselves better. And he needs to work on wearing his back brace more and wearing his diabetic shoes, you know. But, you know, sometimes, and it might be too because it's raining now, that might be affecting his joints and his back. Now, funny enough, my knees feel good today and stuff. You know, I had to hit the Prevental some last night. You know, and that I've been having to hit a little bit more because I am taking a leave. I can take it. I did up the dose because I was only taking it once a day. Now I'm taking it twice. But one of the side effects is sometimes I get a little short of breath and I need some help with the inhaler. But that's okay. We're handling it. You know, I haven't used my rollator yet because, quite frankly, it's so hot out. But we're gonna, not probably tonight, but probably next week, work on going for walks in the evening and stuff. You know, so both of us get some exercise, because you know, he's still doing quite a bit of walking, but not near like he was on the car lot, you know. And so get all his back brace on and his diabetic shoes, and I'll get my rollator, and we'll go for a walk in the evening when it cools off. That would be nice, honey.
Yes,
You know, I would like to make even a nightly walk out to the pier, and that would be fabulous.
Yes, it would.
You know, so we're gonna work on that. So, but anyway, everything's going well. We're gonna cook some eggs for lunch. We're gonna make like a breakfast burritos for lunch. I made muffins, triple berry muffins in the toaster oven. I love that toaster oven. That's one thing I was gonna talk about. It takes less time, of course, because of the convection part, you know, and then it is heating a smaller space. But it takes about half the time as anything they say for baking time. You know, you want to set it, if something says it needs to cook for 30 minutes, you want to set your timer for 15, because you already have preheated your toaster oven, but you want to set it for 15 and check it, you know. And, you know, it's a great choice. We love it. We've used it almost every day now since we've gotten it. But since we've gotten it, we haven't used the stove. You know, hon?
Well, yeah.
We haven't.
Well, because of, you know, having to economize in space.
Yeah.
Right there on the stovetop is the best way.
Yeah, we have it on the stovetop, you know, because it's got that cover on the stove and stuff, so, you know.
And, like, when I do the eggs and ham this morning, I'll probably just get the electric skillet out.
Or we could do egg salad, too, because we got to use those boiled eggs, too.
That's true.
So, but anyway, everything's going great, and I'm hoping everybody has a great weekend. We don't really have any plans. We might go for a drive either today or tomorrow. I didn't go out of the house yesterday, or didn't leave the RV park. And, you know, I hope that you all are safe, dry, and cool. And remember that I love you guys, and I cherish your friendship, and I think you're awesome, and we will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.